Sup guys, this is Big Dog Dempsey. I know it's been a while, but you see, there have been some problems. I has a terrible computer now. My other computer burnt up the hard drive. So yeah, that's why you haven't seen any videos from me lately. So I finally worked up the courage. Guess I'm just gonna have to do some novel games for a while until, you know, I get the money to get a new computer. But while I do that, I have someone here to suffer with me.
No!
Yes, that's right, motherfucker. Just like Secure Spirit, you're here with me again.
Yeah. Fuck my life.
Start!
Cold weather rendezvous.
Cold with the rendezvous. Oh, God. Anything but this. Woo!
Popped Molly, I'm sweating.
So, I'll be Masaya, you be the narrow dialogue?
Sure.
Alright.
I breathe into my hands. Oh, shit.
Are you gonna read?
Yeah, my intro wasn't working. Hold on. There we go, it's working now. It was cold.
Damn! It's cold out here!
The sun had set. It was so cold, I had a hard time believing that school was starting soon.
I could have swore that was the sun, though. Not the moon.
Of course, the state of my wallet was probably affecting my perception of the weather. As was my lack of a place to go.
Woo!
Man, the dialogue.
I know.
This time I sighed. The full moon hung heavily over me. My name is Okanagi Masaya. Remember that name.
I know, remember the name.
And the cold I felt ran deep.
Deep. Oh, black. Dot.
My story started the day before.
Day before, huh? Oh, I'm tired.
As usual, I returned to my apartment after work. Even though I was home, there was nothing fun to do there but stare at my father's face. Fucking cunt.
I hate that motherfucker.
I was back. I thought you said we were playing. We never played it before. You fucker. You fucked it up.
I have gone a little bit further ahead than you.
I was back in my hometown for the first time in a year. I thought about rounding up my friends for karaoke, but...
Woo! I don't think I could see them now.
Besides, I was broke.
Always broke!
The apartment we were in now didn't require a finder's fee or security deposit. But we had to pay the first 3 months' rent in advance.
Yikes.
That had wiped out what little savings I had.
Son of a bitch.
By running away with nothing but the clothes on our backs, definitely saved on a lot of moving expenses. However, no matter how much you save, it costs money to start a new life. I had always been poor, but now I was on the verge of being penniless.
I've only just started my job, and I don't get paid until the 20th of next month. Damn.
Damn, fuck. What was I going to do until then? My anxious thoughts swirled around in my head, but I forced myself to stop. It was pointless to focus on the negative.
Fine. I'll just go to sleep.
Possibly due to my numerous part-time jobs, I hadn't had any time to sleep lately. Even though one of my redeeming features had always been taking care of myself enough not to get sick. I mounted
Wow, that's loud.
rusted... Yeah, fuck, I thought that was you doing something. That's why I stopped for a second. I was like, wait, are you doing something? Rusted stairs that felt like they were going to give away with every step. My old man and I were hold up.
We were hold up.
Hold up.
Grab the machine gun, father.
In a room on the second floor. Oh.
Oh,
This music is so great.
I'm home. I guess he's not here. Those mob guys must have been back.
Dad spent most of his time lazing around the house or fleeing from the loan sharks. Of course, I told him, get a job, a number of times. When I did, he'd give me this strange little smile and say,
ごめんね、マサヤ君。
Oh my god, his voice!
足より
I
重
hate
たいも
it
のを持っ
so
たことがない
much.
んだ。
so how are we going to know when to next this part?
Huh?
Who's going to read this? Or are we just going to be like, or are we just going to say next when they're done saying something?
We're just gonna... Oh, yeah. Well, when they stop talking, we just go to the next line.
Oh, okay. He was really hopeless. I turned on the light. There was a scrap of paper in an envelope on the table.
Oh, God.
I checked the paper first. It was my old man's handwriting, written on a dollar store memo paper.
生活に疲れました。父さんは旅に出ます。
Of course.
I let out a sigh, and then threw the note in the trash can. Put my hand on my chest. Compared to the sadness I experienced when my mother left, all I could feel now was relief. I glanced around the room and noticed what few belongings my dad had were now gone. My old man really had left me. In any case, he had never contributed to our living expenses. Him being gone wasn't an issue. In fact, it might make things easier.
What's this envelope? A farewell gift, huh? But I don't think he's got any money.
And if he did, he wouldn't give it to me.
Of course.
There were 2 sheets of paper inside the envelope. As I expected, it wasn't a farewell gift at all. There was something written on them. He kept this separate from the memo, though.
ところで、父さんたちが抱えていた借金ですが、
We owe? I'm pretty sure those debts are all yours.
この機会にマサヤ君に一本化しておきました。
Wait, what? Transferred to your name?
Oh,
Huh? Huh?
同封した紙は例の極悪組への証文です。
With the goons. Oh shit.
マサヤ君が寝ている間に母印を押しておきました。てへ。
Fuck you!
マサヤ君、よく寝ていたな。きっとバイトの疲れが溜まっているんでしょうね。
Oh my god.
バイトなんかはそこそこにして、
Jesus.
体には気をつけるんだぞ。お前の父さんより。
Your father.
My father, my ass! That. Oh! This guy sucks!
For real, dude. The next thing I knew, I had crumpled up the paper in my hand.
Damn.
I looked down at my thumb. So that's where the red stain had come from.
That old bastard!
1 year ago, we left town I had lived in all my life.
This sucks.
I don't even know how to pronounce this.
What? You're on Our Family's Life had been falling apart for a long time.
Oh, I meant the fucking city name. Or whatever. From the last one. Anyway,
Hold on a second.
our family life had been fun.
I gotta adjust something. it's so loud. This game. A second. Its music is so loud. 1 second. There we go.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. We're back.
Alright. Our family life had been falling apart for as long as I could remember. All because my father was a deadbeat. My mother had given up on him long ago, but didn't want to leave him until I reached a certain point in my life. Then, on the evening of my 10th birthday, she brought me to a park and said,
Oh, that music.
母さんね、
oh,
お前が10歳になるまでは待とうと思っていたの。
10 years old. For what?
離婚を。
Oh, Nick's here. He's probably gonna move us. Watch.
離婚の意味はわかるわね。
Do you want... Yeah, yes.
10歳になればある程度の分別も身につくわ。母さん、マサヤには父さんと別れることも仕方のないことだと分かってほしかったの。
No.
こんなのは親の勝手な言い草に過ぎないんでしょうけれど。
Oh my god! I believe it's your read.
I shook my head. I shook my head. Even as a child, I understood that my parents couldn't stay together anymore.
そう。ありがとう。マサヤは優しいわね。
In the cold light of the street lamps, it seems she was smiling for the first time.
じゃあマサヤ、友達とお別れする時間もなくて申し訳ないけれど、早速家を出るわよ。
Right now?
ええ。父さんと話し合いなんかしたらきっと引き止められるに決まっている。そしてあの人のペースに巻き込まれてしまう。口のうまさに関しては天才的なんだから。
Oh my god.
母さんね、
The music.
もう話し合いもしたくないの。
The tears.
離婚届に判をついて置いておくわ。行き先ももちろん知らせない。マサヤが大人になった時はたまには顔を合わせるのもいいでしょう。けれど
Yes, Messiah, go with your mom.
さあ行きましょう。荷物は少しずつまとめてあったの。あの人が帰らないうちに出ていくわよ。
I'm not going.
Fuck!
God damn it, Messiah!
My mother's eyes opened wide as she looked at me. To her, it was as if her son had started speaking an alien language. In my childish way, I explained to her that I felt like I couldn't just abandon my father. Mom
Bullshit!
would be fine on her own, but Dad wouldn't. That was the conclusion I had reached, which is why I couldn't go along with my mother. Mother was upset, and in the end decided to cancel that day's flight. She spent some time trying to convince me, but in the end, it doesn't eat it, man!
No!
But in the end, she was the one who gave up.
わかったわ。
She left the house alone, promising to stay in contact with me. I could still clearly see the image of my mother walking off into the rainy night.
In the end, my mom was right. Mother knows best! God damn it!
I looked down at the crumpled paper in my hand. Now that I knew how the world worked, I realized Dad would have turned out this way whether I had been here or not.
But what am I going to do about this?
My thumbprint was on the low. The interest rate was 30% every 10 days.
Jesus! 30%?
A paper like this had no legal merit, but I doubted that logic was going to appease those two. My father's feature was what my mother once called his genius way of talking around people. He managed to hold off even the most fearsome of loan sharks with the most laid-back manner possible. Until last year, we had somehow managed to keep up, but then the debts got too big. My old man broke under the pressure, and that's when we ran away.
Damn. I should have just stayed in... What? Tsurugigoka.
Yeah, that's what I had trouble pronouncing.
Tsurugigoka. Alright. Google Translate!
Later.
Yeah, later. Okay.
Next episode, we'll tell you.
Alright.
Back then, a part of me still felt sorry for him. I had also just graduated from my old school. That sense of
Finality.
finality might have had some influence on my actions. I graduated and fled to some unfamiliar land and enrolled in school there. I had started to think that the loan sharks had given up and we'd made a clean break. But when suddenly the local mafia came calling.
How badly in debt did we get? Or did you get?
I screamed at him. I screamed at him, but my father just gave me that little smile and shook his head.
どうやら債権が渡ったようなんだよ。
Oh my god.
My father's skill as a hustler had just made the situation even worse. Unable to get around his skilled ways with words, the creators had sold his loan to the mafia. And the force they used to collect our debt was completely a different scale. Was on a completely different scale.
Oh god.
My dad wheeled and dealed, but in the end, he only brought us a year.
Bought us a year.
And now, we had once again returned to...
Jumble of letters.
Yeah.
やっぱり生まれ故郷が一番
I
だも
was
ん
mad
ね。
about the short notice as usual, but I couldn't say I wasn't glad to be going back home.
Yeah.
I had just finished my first year at school, so it was a good time to transfer.
Woohoo!
Problem was that since I never earned any money, the loan wasn't going to just disappear. This time, I didn't even have a chance to catch my breath. The new creditor would come calling soon. And that was the goons. Their efforts to collect were much more violent. I had known we couldn't keep up this life much longer, but still.
I never thought it would end like this.
I was finally ready to abandon my old man. In my heart, he was no longer my father. From now on,
Agreed.
I would call him the bastard.
I don't know about you, but if I saw that motherfucker again, I would punch him straight in the face, over and over again.
I'd beat the debt out of him.
I beat the dead out of him. But even so,
What was I going to do? In the past, if a loan shark or a mob guy approached me, I could point them to the bastard that would be that. Only on the few occasions they'd gone after me. I could admit that the bastard had helped me out, but now that he was gone, I had to deal with it on my own this time. Me, an average student. Bullshit!
fuck you.
Unlike him, I knew I couldn't talk my way out of this one like he could.
Well, I guess it's time to get what little money we can and try and move to Canada. What do I do?
Well, he just told you.
I know, I just did.
I sunk down into the worn-out
Tatami.
tatami mat.
Hmm?
I had to run away. But where? I'd already spent all my money on rent. I felt like all my strength was leaving my body. Oh god.
Oh shit!
Just then, there was a rapid knocking on the door. I felt my limp body tense up instantly.
Instantly. Oh god! Whoa!
I thought I could pretend I wasn't home, but the door was so thin they could easily break it down.
Shit!
Each kick caused the door to rattle. It really did look like it was about to break inward.
Ah, to the closet!
Back in the room. Opened the closet door and squeezed inside. Closing the door didn't block out much sound, but it cut off most of the lights and left me in the dark. I couldn't ride this out by hiding in the closet. I stood up, leaned forward, and located the ceiling board above me. I lifted it up and set it aside.
Ugh.
Restraining the urge to cough from the dust, I pulled myself up above the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
No, that was loud.
I heard the sound of the door breaking down just as I got in the board. Just as I got the board back in place.
Huh?
Bruh! It sounds like he's going, bruh! Da, da, da.
Oh, now freaking Rob's in the chat. Oh, God.
Oh,
Listen up.
stop it! We're on a game!
There's a class. There was a crawl space in the ceiling, and despite it being a tight fit, I managed to make it through. From there, I made it outside, climbed down the rain gutter, and ran off at full speed.
Oh, shit.
親父、どうもイルスじゃなかったみたいですね。
Why is this window this color? Let's click that for a second. What is this thing?
Okay.
These purple windows indicate events taking place from the point of view of other than the protagonist. Oh, okay, that's simple. Next!
押し入れにもいねえや。つあのガキ、金もねえくせにどっかで遊んでいやがるのか。
おう、見ろ、清。
Kiyoshi!
え？
あの野郎の書き置きが残ってる。
書き置き？
あの野郎ももうおしめえだな。借金の方にてめえのガキを売る。
What the fuck?
あいつが売ったのはガキだけじゃねえ。てめえの魂まで売っちまったんだ。
Wow!
そうっすね。
And they don't care. Fuck off. Assholes.
Dot.
They still sounded like a little bit remorseful
That was
about
yesterday.
that, though.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know, these guys don't sound like they're that big of dicks.
Yeah, they're not too big a dicks, but, you know, money's money for the bad guys. Oh, that was yesterday.
Wow. Fuck you then, you just take over. Now you
What?
cunt.
Hey, you read it first. I just read it after to make sure we would keep going. Don't get pissy at me.
You know, I'm fucking done with this series.
I'll fuck you up. Oh.
I had spent almost a full day just wandering around the city. I skipped work today just in case. I didn't want to make trouble for them.
Calling in absent right after I start. God damn.
If this continued, I'd be fired after 3 days.
Ugh.
If I didn't get my first month's pay, all the work I'd done would have been for nothing. I was starting to miss that rundown apartment. At least I had a ceiling and a floor. I didn't want to sleep on the street. I was tired to begin with and napped on the park bench for a while. But now I was just exhausted.
I'll end up dying in the street at this rate.
No!
Oh, what a shitty ending.
The fact that I wasn't joking showed just how grave my situation was. I checked the contents of my wallet again. 100 yen coins, 1.
Oh, God.
10 yen coins, 6. That was all. I had no paper bills, nothing of use. I thought about running out to an automatic loan machine, but I knew better than anyone that once you start borrowing money, you'd never stop. I wasn't sure if they'd lend me money to a student anyway.
That's right. What will I do about school?
How was I supposed to get any learning done in a situation like this? Due to my unique situation, the school agreed to defer my tuition payment. But there was no way I could pay it with the goons after me. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how badly I was trapped. I hung my head in the middle of the street. Somewhere inside me, I knew that there was no way out. Although the hunger, cold, and exhaustion made it hard to get my thoughts together. People passed by, shooting me concealed glances. But I looked straight ahead and watched them walk by with lonely thoughts in my heart. Those people had homes to return to. warm houses with families waiting.
Oh.
I didn't have anything. The realization that I was alone in the world suddenly pierced my mind like an arrow. It wasn't like I wanted to live with that freeloading father of mine. Uh-oh. His vision's blurry. Even so, the sudden realization caused my vision to blur. He's crying. I rubbed my eyes hard. I wasn't alone. My mother was still out there. My mother had kept in contact with me this time, but I never tried to see her. She had started a new life in a new place. Perhaps now was the time to impose on family. Sorry. I heard the sound of footsteps passing by. Some moving ahead and some moving behind me. Until yesterday, I had always had some place to go. Some place to come home to. It was all that bastard's fault. Damn. If I ever saw him again, I was going to hit him.
Understatement. Oh, my stomach.
It occurred to me that I hadn't eaten anything since dinner the night before. One can of milk.
Oh. I should eat something.
If I ate something, it might put me in a more positive mood. Though I wasn't sure what I could do to satisfy my stomach with 160 yen.
That's like $1 and
the lights of a
60
convenience
cents,
store.
I think. Like $1 and 60 cents.
$1.60?
Yeah.
Saw the lights of a convenience store up on the corner ahead. Fuck me, man.
Wow.
Ahead and walked towards it. Just then, a figure appeared near my feet.
Hmm? Hey! It's a Neko!
Neko. Fucking girl. Fuck.
Shut up! It could be like
scrawny
Neko
cat.
Nin!
Oh god. A scrawny cat with matted fur stared up
Stared.
at me. Yeah, fuck off. Normally I wouldn't give a thought to a stray cat, but
What's wrong? You're all alone too, huh?
I was so lonely I found myself talking to it.
Oh. Ow. Oh, that's meowing!
The stray kept its distance, but looked at me with a surprisingly affectionate meow.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
And with that...
What, you want to end it here? No, let's keep going. Come on. Dot.
I got a fish sausage, which seemed like most fitting option for my money. I thought the cat would have run off, and I'd eat it on my own. But when I came back, it was sitting right where I left it.
I guess I don't have much of a choice.
When I removed the package, the cat smelled it and walked right up to me. I broke it in half, stuffed one piece in my mouth, and offered the other to the cat. The cat quickly devoured it, and then looked up hungrily at my mouth.
Sorry, it's all gone. Munch, munch.
When a gust of wind sent a newspaper flying, I suddenly remembered the lottery ticket I bought earlier.
Huh.
More precisely, that lottery ticket that the bastard had made me buy.
Oh, God.
I didn't want to waste their money, but he is so adamant on getting rich quick. He ended up forcing it on me.
Now, where did I put it? Did I lose it somewhere?
I searched around in my pants pockets and found a worn-out ticket. The announcement should be today, and the newspaper probably had those results. I picked it up, walked over to one of the street lamps. Just then, an unpleasant sight met my eyes.
What's going on?
Oh, it's a girl.
Oh, God. She's pretty.
It was too far away to hear what they were saying, but it was clearly an argument of some kind. The people passing by seemed too afraid to get involved, and just sped up as they passed.
Ah!
God.
And on that note, we end it here. Get cliffhanger, bitches! Save. Alright. So, how you like that, Braden? There, we ended it. Are you happy? Huh?
Yeah, that's
Alright. We hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.